Up there, which is fine to have. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got that. See, my verbiage is taking up half my page. I don't like that. So I hit menu, and then, anybody figure it out yet? Guidance text? I went down to guidance text, and it says always show, never show. So I'm never showing. Ah, okay. So the only thing I have now is a position up on the top. And if I hit menu again, I could probably maybe set up map. I don't know. North up, auto zoom. I like to always have north up. And I'm quitting that. All right, we'll just leave it like this. Okay, now one of the things to do is to page over from your map to what's called your compass page. And mine says distance to next, 527 meters. Here's probably some kind of feet, I think. And then it says estimated time of arrival, 4 o'clock. Well, that's if I get going. And then it has your speed, and it kind of has the direction that you're supposed to be going. Now, you have to be wary of this, because some of these units will have a digital compass in there. And so if you turn it around, it kind of knows that I'm supposed to be going that way, like mine does. Others, and that has to be calibrated, which we haven't calibrated, and I don't know if we're going to calibrate it. Others don't have, a digital compass, and they require that you're moving in order to know what direction you're going. So if you're moving and then you're stopping to say, okay, what direction am I going to go? It'll start spinning around because it doesn't know what direction you're pointing. And other guys will do this when they really don't have a digital compass. So, how do we get that? If you don't have a digital compass, you have to be moving, but you got to know where to go in order to be moving.
Follow the little arrow.
You follow the little arrow, and you hope that the little arrow is oriented in the direction that you're traveling. Some of them aren't. So we're going to just do some playing around here, and I'm going to get you in the point in the right direction, and then we'll be able to zoom in and zoom out as we get closer, so you can see that you're getting closer and closer to it. All right, so it's a little bit awkward. If you don't want to do that, you can follow me. And I'm going to zoom in on my map, and it says, holy cow, I've got to go, let's see, the roads are that way, here. I've got to go that way to Treasure, which is correct. I know where that is. Okay, so let's start walking that way. I'm going to ask you to zoom to the compass page, because on there we'll have some velocities. Now, I'm risking this. I'm going to just throw this over to the side. Or whenever I can. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to where we were, and we're going to see how close we get to that spot. So, find waypoints, and then put in your little number that you have. And I'm going to find a whole bunch of them. Okay, there's my number. And I'm going to do a go to. Alright, so it tells me to go back to where I was. Okay, before we go back, any questions on what we just did? We walked to this point, we put it in, we got a track log coming here, and now we're going to do a track log coming out. How many meters?
Yeah, the thing is on here, I'm just saying how close you are.
Well, that's the accuracy of the GPS. And we're within a couple of meters of the location that we wanted to go. And that's when we look at GPS accuracy, that's what we would expect on something here.
The track log is on whether you go back to it or not.
That's right, exactly right. So if you go back to it, you still should be on. Let's go back to it. Menu, tracks, hit enter. I'm at 1%. So we're collecting data, so we can collect a whole bunch of data during the day if we wanted to. Alright, so I'm going to quit that. I'm still on, so if I just hit quit, it just moves out, and I just move to another page. And now we're going to hike on back, doesn't matter how we go, to and see where our original point is. Everybody's got the original point there, programmed in as a go-to. All right, here we go. when you hit mark, it gives you a big waypoint name. What we've done in the past is put different codes. There's about 8 or 9 characters you can put in there. So what we've done is in the field, we were mapping invasive species. We would walk up to it, and one of the codes would be what plant it was, what plant it was, A through Z. And another would be the size of the area, and that would be 0 to 500 meters or whatever. And another would be what degree of infestation. Is it heavy or is it light, H or L? So you can be fairly ingenious with a very cheap unit like this to go out and capture attribute data and then decode that through Excel, if you will, when you get back to the lab. You don't need the data dictionary or ArcPad or things like that. Of course, that makes it a lot nicer when you're doing a lot. But we found that sometimes all the data we're collecting, we don't have to write it down. We just code it in as into our waypoint name. Any questions that you have here? Because what I'm going to do next is pass out this. Now, the reason I want to pass these out is, one, that gives you the experience of storing this and downloading data and within MapSource. Now, there's not a lot of instructions in here. So we're going to try this, and if you have problems downloading your data with this CD and with this download cable, then that's okay. Send me an email, and I'll just send you a data set, and you can work through your lab with a data set. The reason I want to have you do this yourself is because if you're going to do a project on your own, map your course to school or whatever, then you have this. And you know how to download data, and you can just go out and capture data and download it yourself. So what we're going to do is pass these out and let you take this tonight and try to download it. That's what we're going to do. Okay, keep your GPS units, turn them over, give me a number. I got a number 1. We have a number 1? We got number 1 here. I got a number 7. Number 7's over there. I have a number 4. No, number 4. Must be the one that's not working. I got a number 2. 2 here. Pass that over. I got a number 9. 9. Pass that over. A number, no, number 3. Right here. 3. Pass that over. And a number 8. Pass that all the way down. See if you can download your data tonight. That's all your assignment. Download your data tonight. And that means you got to install the software. It's usually pretty, and then plug it in, and then sometimes it recognizes it. And the reason is I want to get this box back because other people use these GPS units for other classes, and that way you can do it. Yes?
Are these good to install on multiple computers? The reason I ask is I've got my home PC, but if you would prefer like us use this, say on a computer we'll have readily available during the day, should we just wait and just install it on our computers here? Or?
I think you can install it on multiple computers.
Okay.
I'm guessing that is. Joanne has done this. Did she do that in her class? Pass these out and had you install it?
I think so.
She actually put a little thing in the bush, didn't she? Like all the time. Like we walked around and stuff, and then I think as far as the data that we actually used, she had like a little receiver.
We didn't take these home with us, but we had to download them on our computer here at school.
Okay.
And do it all.
Right. Which computer?
In the computer lab.
In the computer lab. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's MapSource in the computer lab? Okay. Well, either way, it works for me. And like I said, if you don't want to, send me an email. I'll send you the data, and no big deal. Huh. The unit that wasn't working? No, here's the battery cable. Whole thing to throw to that. Okay. What we're going to do, there's nothing due tomorrow other than try to download this if you want and see if you can download it. when you load map source and you start it up, there should be a little symbol that looks like a GPS receiver with an arrow going to it. That means load stuff to the GPS. And then the GPS receiver with an arrow going away from it. That means download data from that. So that's what you want to click on. And then a box should show up saying, I can find your GPS. Or maybe it says, I can't find it. And then who knows what's going to happen. And then you can say, there's a little find button, meaning if you can't find it, go look for it. Normally you can't find it the first time, it's not going to find it the second time. There's tricks to do that, but I'm not going to talk into that. Then you have the option of downloading maps, routes, waypoints, and tracks. And I think this would be called a track. So you click, make sure the track button's clicked, download that, and then you should be able to file it and save it. And I'll demonstrate all this tomorrow as we run through this. So we should do it today. And then we can start to analyze it, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Is start analyzing our track log. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to download mine.